I watch episode 82 of Pokémon every year because I watch every episode of Pokémon every year. In episode 82, Friends to the End, when you have friends, the end comes sooner. Distraught after his dissident dragon's dereliction of duty, Ash broods in the bottom bunk, bedridden with loseritis, whilst his extended support system stare at the closed door that separates them, refusing to acknowledge depression as a valid health condition. Misty makes the first attempt to raise his spirits with the promise of fitness and capitalism. Combative and uncouth, Ash counters the cosseting with accosting. Misty confronts him with the candid facts that led to his failure. His claimed quest has been congested by his own foolery and frivol. Criticisms that again Ash initially ignores only to appreciate when reaffirmed by an adult man. The diametrically undiagnosed youngsters continue their argument until their destructive words lead to actual destruction. Only one thing can distract them from their interpersonal issues: network television. Minutes before his match, Ash and friends interrupt Richie, offering him advice that he's already heard, good luck, and other vague prosperities to hype him up. The first full 6v6 Pokémon battle seen in the series is simplified down to a montage, ending with Sparky losing to Sparker after being called to battle mid-attack and falling victim to a solar beam shot in a single turn. Richie loses to the red trainer. Ash lost to the loser. Now there's nobody for them to root for. The losers to linger by the lake as their Pikachus play fight, finding joy in a simulation of the violence that they both suffered for nothing. Richie thinks of the same criticisms that Ash invalidated earlier. Another opinion he respects more than hers. Ash didn't learn from his loss, but he did learn from Richie's. Ash and Richie make another promise to each other to be Pokémon masters no matter what. Another promise they can't keep. Before meeting Ash, Richie was alone, and from his solitude he gained skills that made him superior to Ash, whose social neediness was only a negative influence. If they'd never met, Richie might have made it further, and he definitely still wouldn't be at risk. The defeated kids are duped by the despots into the depths. That's what happens to Ash's friends. But together they have the skills to get out of emotional pits and literal pits. With the only of their Pokémon that they actually care about, they win a battle against the real losers of the show. As they shake hands against the sunset, Brock and Misty arrive, having avoided the villains for the last 4 episodes, ever since Richie arrived. To be a friend of Ash is to be an enemy of progress. The closing ceremony of the Indigo League begins with all of the finalists walking into the stadium with their Pokémon this time, even the ones that don't walk. The winners are congratulated in obscurity because they're all black. We did it. And all the white losers get participation awards from Chuck. The ceremony ends in darkness. They're all black now. For the grand finale, they have fireworks during the nighttime. Man-made shows of power brighter than any stars in the sky. In the morning, Ash and Richie sit again, this time with the detritus of industry as their backdrop. Richie bids farewell to his bizarro self, not to be seen again until his dream of being a Pokémon master is already dead. Alone, Ash thinks back on his time at the Indigo League while it still lingers in his short-term memory. As the theme song plays in its entirety, a montage of the last 6 episodes is shown. This is the longest stretch of time that Ash will ever remain focused. A small part of a long season where Ash attempted many things not worthy of being part of a dramatic montage. Every episode led to this moment, especially the banned ones. Every attempt is now a failure. Everything that he has done on his journey amounts to participation. The episode and the season ends with Ash running toward his support system, but not toward the unlit torch of the Indigo League, which he never attempts to win ever again. He never goes back. Participating was enough. He doesn't need to reach the peak. He's fine at the plateau. To be continued.